Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you probably know, now we're going to stop doing these sporadic question and answer videos, and we're moving to kind of monthly videos where we do Q&A as well as fan mail. Now, before we get started, of course, if you're not already, consider following us on Instagram and Twitter, as well as GitHub if you're in software, because it turns out a lot of you guys are in software and tech, so if you are, go follow me on GitHub to see what I'm working on outside of the YouTube channel. And finally, if you want to support the channel, feel free to buy us a token on Coffee. It's a great way of supporting us and helping us make more videos for you guys. Now, let's start with Q&A. So, the first question we have in our Q&A is, when the Shepherd LRT is being constructed, how hard would it be to convert the existing Line 4 subway to be part of the same LRT line and create a similar line to the crosstown where part of the line is underground and part is a grade? Well, I think a similar question has already been asked, so I'm not sure how much depth I really need to go into on this, but to be honest, the Shepherd LRT is pretty much far from certainty at this point. The current government's plan is to build a subway along Shepherd, not an LRT. I don't think that converting the current subway to an LRT makes sense given the amount of money spent on these big subway stations already, so I figure over time we can slowly expand it as a subway line, and I don't think it's necessarily bad. We already have 2 north-south subway lines, so I think having 2 east-west subway lines probably makes sense as well. Next up, after REM is built in Montreal, what do you think should be the next transit project in the city? Well, before the Pink Line gets built, I think that extending potentially the yellow line through downtown could be a good option. Perhaps something like a U like this, such that the yellow line kind of mirrors the Pink Line's proposed path, such that it connects kind of the northeast of the city with downtown, helps to relieve part of the orange line, and perhaps we can see some connection with the REM in some location. As we know, the REM is planned to be extended in a few locations already, and so we'll kind of see what happens, but that's my thoughts. Next up is, where do we get all of the lo-fi hip-hop music? Well, we use an audio service that we pay a monthly fee for, and we get great royalty-free music. We'll have a link to it down in the description, but yeah. Will you be there for the CLRV retirement? Also, do you know what day they're retiring? I don't actually recall what day they're retiring, but I'm sure it's been posted somewhere and it can be found with a quick Google. In terms of being there, I might be there, but it's probably unlikely. I have exams and have to finish up school, so I'm kind of in crunch time right now. But I will definitely ride the CLRVs before they retire. You might have already answered this already, but what are your thoughts about the 504 King AB split? I think the AB split of the 504 King is pretty good. I think it makes sense for kind of routing reasons and in terms of managing the route. However, I did kind of like having a streetcar line that was primarily just serving downtown, similar to kind of the Spadina streetcar. So I guess I'm a little ambivalent about it. I just liked having a route that went from Dufferin Gate and then to the Distillery District. And I think in the future, when we have a line extending deep into the Portlands, having a kind of shorter streetcar line will make more sense. Please make a video on the CLRVs before they retire. They're one of the most iconic videos in Toronto. We probably will, but that's all I'm going to say. What is your favorite bus model? So, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the look of the outside of the Nova buses. The hump at the back is just not something I really love. I think it looks even worse on the articulated models, both the hybrid, where the hump is kind of in the middle, and the regular Arctic that the TTC has currently, where the hump is at the back. I also hate the other TTC buses from the past. The new hybrids I prefer because I like the sleek roofline, but if you actually look at the front of the curve, they have this kind of opening, and I think it looks a bit messy. So I'd have to say my favorite bus right now is probably the electric New Flyers that the TTC has. I think it's awesome that they're electric, and I like the smooth roofline. Next, I'm seeing a lot of anxiety towards the REM in relation to the Confederation line, even though both projects are quite different. Do you think there's a real risk that the O-Train drama will negatively affect transit in, will negatively affect investment in transit across the country? I don't think so. The Ottawa LRT issues seem to be mostly something that's talked about within Ottawa. In Toronto, we haven't heard much about the Ottawa LRT, probably because the TTC has lots of issues of its own, but I'd say the same definitely applies to Vancouver. Perhaps it's different in Montreal because it's so close, but as you said, the REM is a very different project. It's using high-floor trains, which are going to just be less prone to issues than the low-floor trains because they're a little less mechanically complex, so I'm not super worried. Next up, I really like your Future Of series, really looking forward to the next century. Thanks. The Future Of videos are some that we make less often because they just take a lot of work. We have to research all the transit lines and their alignments, and it takes a lot of time to draw them out and make them look good, but we definitely enjoy making the videos and we're going to continue to. So now that that's out of the way, let's start looking at the mail we got. And we actually got a lot of mail. So I'm just going to start going through them kind of speedily, but yeah, thank you so much. So first up, we have this piece of mail from Neil. So Neil sent us this really nice map of the Sarnia transit system. I've never actually been to Sarnia, so I think it's quite cool that he sent us this. Definitely feel free to send us transit maps in the future, guys. But that is awesome. Thank you, Neil. Let me just close this up. In addition, Neil also sent us a clipper card as well as a dart card and a nice letter. So let's just take a look at that. So we have this letter in here which has some transit cards. So we have this card from Dart as well as a clipper card. Very nice. Thank you so much, Neil. Next up, we have Sean from Ottawa, right here. So Sean sent us a bunch of cards. He sent us a Metro card, LA Tap card, which I really like this. I think the kind of design of it's really cool. Another Clipper card, which is very cool, and a Metro Smart Trip card from Washington, D.C. So thank you so much, Sean. So next up, we have what looks like Laddie or Lanny Jackson from Toronto. Thank you so much for this. Let's take a look at what we got. So these are some interesting ones. So we have the Simcoe County Links card. This is quite interesting. We have an NFTA Metro card, or Metro ticket. We're gonna have to take a look for where NFTA is. I'm assuming it's somewhere in the Northeast. May actually be Buffalo, I'm not sure 100%. And then we have another Presto card. So yeah, we actually have a few Presto cards lying around, but thank you so much for sending us these cards. So next up, we have, I'm not sure who this one's from. It doesn't appear that there's a name on the outside. Just open this up. This one we have a little letter. Let's take a look. Oh yes, very nice. So this is from, it looks like Doug, or it says Doug. Anyways, this is quite cool. These are some tickets slash cards from the Netherlands. So this is an NS ticket. It appears to be from Schiphol, the airport in Amsterdam, to a station in Amsterdam, Leyland or something along those lines. I'm going to butcher pronunciations of these, but this is very interesting. And then this is a card for GVB, which is the kind of Amsterdam transit system. Thank you so much. Close that up. So next up, this is from the UK. Now, one thing that I find a little interesting is that we get so much mail from a lot of places that are quite far away, but it doesn't seem like... I'm really thankful to who sent this, and let's just take a look at who that is. Josh. Thank you so much, Josh. But what gives? Where's the Oyster card? We still don't have a single Oyster card. So if you're from the UK, or if you're from like a place in Europe or something, we have basically no transit cards from these places. So we really appreciate the cards, but send us an Oyster card or something, because we don't have anything really. Well, we do now. We have, this is the card from Madrid. This is quite cool, and I like the design on the back. You have like a little metro map there, which I think is quite cool. We also have another Smart Trip card. Very nice. and a WeGo Adult Pass, which is quite nice, actually. I've never seen a WeGo card, but yeah, turns out Niagara has a pretty nice transit card there. Next up, we have something from the US. I need to check the name here. And it appears to be from a walker, but I'm not sure. I don't see a first name. Anyways, this is a very cool card. This is a Suica card from Japan. Thank you so much. This is one that I especially love. I really like the design of the Suica card. I love the little penguin, the colors, the fact that it's like a silver color and the whole card is that color, as well as a little cutout. I always found that kind of interesting. But yeah, thank you so much for that, Walker. Yeah, we got a lot of mail this time, so as always, if you want to send us a transit map or a transit card, our PO box is down in the video description. So this one is from UTM, University of Toronto, Mississauga, and it is from, I'm going to butcher your name, my apologies. Locals? Sheffer? Yeah, anyways, thank you so much for sending this to us. What is it? It's a very interesting Viva card. I'm not actually sure where this is from. I think you may have mentioned it here. The Viva... Yeah, I'm actually not sure where this is from. It appears to be perhaps a Spanish-speaking country, because there's Spanish on here. Anyways, thank you so much. I'll have to take a look into where this card is from, but thank you. These are very interesting. I also find it very interesting to see these paper cards where you can actually hold them up to the light and see the chips inside. Oh, and I just saw. It's actually not Spanish, it's Portuguese, and these cards are from Lisbon. So next up, this one is from Uxbridge, which is not that far away from us. Let's see what's inside. So this is from David, and very cool. It's a Venture ticket. So this is from Chicago. I've never actually been to Chicago. Definitely on the bucket list of places to visit. But thank you so much, David. And by the way, guys, we do read your letters, just not on camera. Next up is from Urgent Ma. Let's see what this is. We have a little letter here. I'm gonna put that back in the envelope for now. But let's take a look at what we have. Oh, very interesting. So this is, I believe, gonna have to clarify, but I believe this is from, yes, this is from Taipei. It's the Easy card. Very cool, actually. We don't have one of those, so thank you so much, Urgent. Put that there. And which one of these are we gonna do next? So we'll do the one from Canada first. Or actually, it turns out this is from Atlanta, so I think we can imagine what card might be in here. It's amazing how well sealed up these envelopes are. Oh no. Okay, well. Well, this appears to be from Jack, who sent us a very nice sticker called Jack's Train Guide. Very interesting. And let's take a look at what we have inside here. So yes, it is Jack. And what do we have here? So we have quite a few interesting cards here. We have a Santa Cruz Metro Month Pass, we have a Breeze card from Marta, and we have another Breeze card, it appears, but this is a special Super Bowl edition card. Very interesting. Thank you, Jack. And one more. This one is from... I'm actually not sure who this one is from. I have people's emails from when they emailed me, but unfortunately there isn't a name on this, so I apologize in advance about not mentioning your name, but thank you so much. This is an Opal card from Sydney. Very nice. I've been wanting one of these for a very long time. It even has the sticker on it still. Thank you so much. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. If you want to send us your transit maps and cards, our PO box is down in the description. As always, follow us on social media, and have a nice night.